Channel 10.
Today's episode of Channel 10 Podcast is brought to you by channel10podcast.com. When you go to channel10podcast.com, you can check out our back catalog of great episodes, and you can also help support the show by clicking the store link and purchasing some Channel 10 Podcast merchandise. With that, let's start the show.
We used to be like CNN, Channel 10. And we used to think that people would catch on. But if you're not from Queens, if you don't got Time Warner or whatever, like, well, I didn't know that.
Yo, word up, man. It's a different channel, son. Word up, on, man. Word up, watch the channel, son. Different plane now, man. It's all good. Word up, all good, baby, in every hood, son. Word up, yo. CNN, Network, Channel 10. It's on again. Street niggas, that's grown men. Bold face, get in your face. Stay in place, yo, crime lace. Cats more beef than Scarface. CNN, Network, Channel 10. It's on again. Street niggas, that's grown men. Bold face, get in your face. Stay in place, yo.
Call is now being recorded.
Yo.
Yo.
This is the Channel 10 Podcast. What up, people? This is your man, the almighty AR in the building, and I'm alongside
Singar Superior.
And we here discussing this Wu-Tang Clan album. So, like I was saying, the album was purchased by this guy, Martin Shkreli. It's Shkreli for $2 million.
Okay.
And I'm looking at an article from the Independent right now. So, this guy who bought it, he's a pharmaceutical CEO, and he started a YouTube live stream teasing that he might play it for viewers, and there's a stipulation in the contract. The stipulation says that the buying party also agrees that at any time during the stipulated 88-year period, the seller may legally plan and attempt to execute one heist or caper to steal back once upon a time in Shaolin, which, if successful, would return all ownership rights to the seller. Said heist or caper can only be undertaken by currently active members of the Wu-Tang Clan and or actor Bill Murray with no legal repercussions.
Well, okay, so the definition of a heist. So let's say if all the 9 members of Wu-Tang Clan decide to perform a heist, like on some Hilton type shit off of Bulletproof Wallets.
Yeah.
So they do that, and let's say they get caught. Would it be deemed a legal heist based on the contract, or does breaking and entering still kind of play? I mean, like how would that work?
I mean, I guess it would have to be a successful heist. So I don't know. I guess if you fail in it, then it's not legal.
All right. So if you fail, it's not legal. But then let's say if I just put it like this. I mean, let's say if he wakes up one day and then he notices that it's gone, is he going to assume that the Wu-Tang Clan took it? Or is he going to think that someone else took it? Because, I mean, just knowing how on the outs all of them are right now, and not really seeing eye to eye, he will probably say that it's highly unlikely that the Wu-Tang Clan at this point, based on, what's going on, what's written about them in the news, that they all got together to perform a heist.
Well, I mean, it just said currently active members of the Wu-Tang Clan, so I don't think it has to be all of them. But, the definition of who's in the Wu-Tang Clan is very fluid. So, like, does Ninth Prince count?
Yes, that's the thing. Like
what is Killer Priest or Young Dirty Bastard, or I mean, you have 88 years before this album can be released, so it might be the Wu-Tang Clan members' grandkids who might decide to get this.
Yeah, and also does power Is he considered a Wu-Tang Clan member since he pretty much runs everything outside of RZA? And let's assume that ODB technically is still considered a member. So then, since my seeds marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all in the family. Does that power? Does then like young dirty bastard become like a proxy for ODB?
I mean, I guess you have to go to the state records and see, who his executor is.
That's a good point. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's his mother though, because remember when that documentary, his mother was talking about like how no one came to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just learned that just from watching them for 25 years of my life that I will never create a group with 9 niggas. That's the only thing I'm learning from this whole everything that happens with them.
I mean, but we still talking about them to this day, so they did something right.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, even like, reading the Alvin Blanco 36 Chambers book, man, story. But even through all the first solo albums that came out, there was always a weird struggle with getting them out. And RZA is a strong man to do with 8 niggas.
Yeah. Kudos to the RZA, man. But on another note, let's get into this Grammy talk. I know you haven't looked at the list yet, but I'm looking at smoking section right now, and they have all the different categories. They have somebody in hip hop nominated. So let's go down. Song of the Year. We have All Right from To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar. Blank Space by Taylor Swift. Girl Crush by Little Big Town. See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth from the Furious 7 original motion picture soundtrack. And Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. Do you think Kendrick stands a chance?
I would say no, at least in this category, because first of all, you have Taylor Swift, and then this is something that I think we talked about this like even before we started the podcast. Is that I think I came to you and I said I had no idea that Wiz Khalifa had the #1 song in the country for maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I said, so it's off a soundtrack and it's called See You Again, and I think I listened to it. It's like some type of singing type of song. He's not really rapping.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard it, but being that guy died, and this is a soundtrack from that last movie, I think all that plays a part. So
yeah.
So he might actually pull it off, but you can't count out Ed Sheeran because his album is dope. And, I know he's not hip-hop, but he can rap some Biggie.
I don't know. I feel like Kendrick, how, the Grammys always has, that one darling or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like Kendrick will probably just end up kind of being the darling, because if that doesn't happen, then maybe a riot.
I mean, they did say that, being that he didn't win a single one for Good Kid, Mad City, I think they gave him 11 nominations.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's kind of their way of making up for it. So then, go ahead.
Now, does he? I mean, is this the most nominations that a rapper has ever had?
Somebody said something about this is the most nominations since Michael Jackson or something, which I don't think is true, because I think Beyonce has gotten more. I feel like.
I mean, well, I'm talking about a rapper who talks about sticking his dick in the earth.
Most likely, unless Kanye West got a whole bunch one year, which I kind of doubt, but this might be. And hopefully, they let him perform, because that performance that he did, I think it was at the Grammys with what's that group? the group that did Radioactive, and he rapped his verse with them.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was dope. So,
but they may not want to have like the flaming police cars though.
Oh yeah, that's true. They might not let him back up on that stage.
Yeah.
They're not in these days and times. But so album of the year, we have Sound and Color by the Alabama Shakes.
Oh wow, they got album of the year. Wow.
We have To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar. We have Traveler, Chris Stapleton. We have 1989 by Taylor Swift. And we have Beauty Behind the Madness by The Weeknd.
Whoa. I'm kind of liking this Grammys.
It's different. So do you think Kendrick or The Weeknd have a chance?
The Weeknd, didn't he do platinum his first week or gold?
I would say probably gold.
Can you listen to it?
Is this his third one?
Technically, I guess his second one if you don't count the trilogy.
No, I don't think I've listened to it.
I don't know, man. I think if anything, I think that Kendrick will probably just end up winning this one because he approached it, Outkast, Andre 3000, Love Below kind of style. And it seems like that's the only way a black man can win a Grammy or whatever like that, especially album of the year.
Yeah, I was surprised that Wale didn't get any nominations, with the Seinfeld backing, because, they love them some Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But, he has to contend with his BFF Taylor Swift. So I think it's probably going to be between those two, Kendrick and Taylor Swift. Now this one is really interesting. Record of the year. And I'm going to save the most surprising one for last. So we have Uptown Funk, Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars. I really can't stand that song for real. Thinking Out Loud, Ed Sheeran. Blank Space, Taylor Swift. Can't Feel My Face, The Weeknd. And one of my favorite songs from the year, which I was surprised to see this person nominated for anything, is Really Love by D'Angelo and the Vanguard from Black Messiah.
Oh damn! I forgot he even came out with an album because it came out so early.
Yeah, I've been playing it, kind of a lot when I'm driving, and I really do like that song. So
I'll listen to it once, man. I don't know. I gotta get like high or something to listen to it. I feel.
You just gotta be like in a real black, like real African American type of mode. Like you gotta listen to. I would start off listening to Flying Lotus, and then I would probably get into Kendrick's, and then after Kendrick, I would probably listen to D'Angelo, and it just take you to like epic 2015 African American levels right there.
Man, I was on Flying Lotus before he became Flying Lotus, and ever since what's it called, Casograma or whatever it was called, the one that had Tom York on it. I just stopped listening. It's something about when NPR people start talking about these people, it just turns me turns me away from them.
Even Kai.
I don't know. Cause I still wasn't even on Kai like that. I just can't get with it.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's interesting, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe his music. It's like it's artsy, but I feel like it's not supposed to be.
Who, D'Angelo?
Well, no, like Kai.
Oh, Kai. Yeah, I don't know. He said some line, and I actually saw I actually saw somebody put his line up. Maybe they tweeted it or they had it somewhere, and like it was a Kai line that really hit me. And I was like, yo, where did I hear that from? Where he said my scars. He said something like my wounds heal faster than the scars in my mind.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's on the same level as, you know, like the V5 Lloyd Banks when he says, you know, I wake up, walk on the street and see my dreams or whatever like that.
Yeah, he said I'm gonna wake up from my nightmare, hit the street and see my dreams. Yeah.
I think that's one of the deepest lines within like the past decade of hip hop that I've heard.
Yeah, I mean that line could be just a whole poem for real.
Yeah, like a haiku or something.
Yeah.
But I think at least in this case, I think I could see Kendrick winning the album of the year. Now I could see him winning album of the year and probably nothing else.
Yeah, he could win album of the year, nothing else, or he could not win album of the year and win everything else.
Yeah.
But record of the year, I think they're gonna give it to Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars.
I hate that song. I've only listened to it once, and the music video was just cheesy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trinidad James got like $40,000 from that.
They sample him?
When they say, "Don't believe me, just watch."
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And every time I hear that, I just want to be like, nigga.
Man, and I don't really understand why people hate on Trinidad James, but that album wasn't that bad. It was actually a pretty decent album.
His newest one?
Well, the one that had all gold everything on it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it was cool. I mean,
I didn't know he came out with another album.
Yeah, now he came out with something this year, and people are like, it's really good. But I haven't listened to it. Alright, so best new artist. Hold up, I could have sworn. I don't know who any of these people are. Well, I know Meghan Trainor, I think. We have Courtney Barnett, James Bay, Sam Hunt, Tori Kelly, and Meghan Trainor. I could have sworn Fetty Wap was on there. Let me go down some. The Weeknd is nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance with